Throughout history, Dubai has played a major role in the global gold market and is now a bullion centre recognised throughout the world. Famously known as the City of Gold, Dubai is ideally positioned in the middle of a large and ever-growing consumer market. The Dubai Multi-Commodities Centre, set up back in 2002, has integrated the refining, manufacturing and trading of gold in the Emirate. While the world struggles with the credit crisis, the price of gold is seeing highs never seen before. With us in Inside Business today is economist and former regional head of the World Gold Council, and that is Rolf Schneeberle. Thanks a lot for coming in today, Rolf.
Rick, it's great to be here. Thanks a lot.
Good to see you. Why is gold seeing this rise as the rest of the economies sort of going downwards?
Well, gold is serving its original purpose. That's the hedge for bad times, and that's exactly what we see right now. We see problems in the international financial system. We see problems with the currencies, problems with other assets that we can invest in. And the natural thing, the natural tendency for the people is to go back into gold, something that is recognized throughout the world, is known throughout the world, can be made to money, is very liquid, and is not losing its value.
What's the correlation between gold and oil?
It's actually very strange. I mean, of course, oil as well as gold are these days considered to be commodities. And as such, there should be some kind of correlation, rough correlation. But frankly speaking, there is no real reason why there should be a correlation, because if the oil price, for example, goes up, that means it's rather a drag for some of the economies like China and India, which are major demanders, where there's the highest demand for gold. So it should rather be bad for the gold price. But actually, that's not really the case right now.
Now, let's talk about the price of gold as it stands today. I mean, how high can it go?
That depends very much on the future development of the economy that we have right now. There have been voices saying that if we breach that level of $933 on a sustained level, in dollar terms, dollars per ounce, of course, then the gold will go to $1,500 per ounce during this year. That is well possible, assuming that there will be some more, some bottoming out of the economic situation and inflation coming back into the system. But there is also a likelihood that we're going to see, before that $1,500, there's a likelihood that we see some lower prices between now and that time.
Who are the main investors in gold?
Interestingly, right now, the main investors are not the retail investors as we know them from the gold souk. Right now, the main investors are the big pension funds, the big institutional investors, the people who move a lot of money, a lot of investments at the same time.
Now, Dubai is known, as I mentioned in the introduction there, as the City of Gold. Does it deserve that title?
Oh, yes, absolutely. Number one, it deserves the title because, to some extent, I've been privileged to be involved in the creation of that title and of that campaign, and been involved in the foundation and the creation of the Gold and Jewelry Group here. So yes, it deserves the title because the variety of jewelry that you get here is just tremendous. And with the addition of the DMCC, we are getting now much more services around gold. I mean, we get bullion, we get the trading facilities, we get the futures here in Dubai, we have the gold facilities here. So all the services around the gold business. And yes, there is no other place in the world where you have all these services in such a small place, which makes Dubai really unique.
Now, a lot of people do come to Dubai to shop specifically for gold. Is that because of the tax situation, lack of tax in Dubai?
The tax is certainly a very important point. As a matter of fact, we always kept on saying that in Dubai you get Italian-made jewelry cheaper than in Italy, because in Italy you have 20% VAT, which you do not have here in Dubai. You just have a small import duty. That is still true, and that is certainly a big advantage. However, what is also important is that if you look at the gold souk setup, for example, where you have so many shops next to each other, of course, automatically you're going to have a good competition between those shops. So if you're not happy with the price in one shop, you go to the next shop, and you might be getting a better price. And that certainly helps you keeping your budget under control.
Who's the number one producer at the moment of gold? Is it still South Africa?
No, that has been changed. In the meantime, the largest producer for newly mined gold, that's actually China. That has been, however, not a surprise. I mean, we've seen the Chinese production picking up over the last few years, whereas the South African production, which has been for almost 100 years, I guess, the largest producer, has been coming down continuously.
Any advice for investors?
Yes, very good advice for investors. Look out for the gold price. Buy on any dips right now, and also consider buying gold mining shares, because gold mining shares have been suffering along with all the other shares, whether banking shares or multinational companies for consumer goods and all those kind of things. Everything has been suffering, including the mining shares. But the gold mining shares, they are valued typically according to the gold they have in the ground. And if you have a huge mine and a huge deposit which you can mine and you take it out, and you get much more out of it than much more money. You get much more money for the gold that you take out of the mine. It's going to be a great bargain.
Rolf Schneeberle, thank you very much for your time today. Appreciate you coming in.
Greg, it was great to be here. Thanks a lot.
Well, that's it for this edition of Inside Business. You can contact the programme by writing to us at ib@city7tv.com. For now, from all of us on this edition of the programme, goodbye and thanks for watching.